Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with Coach Caren talking about your money mindset. She is everywhere on the internet under Profits in Daily with Coach Karen Fern. You may want to get a pencil and paper because she's always dropping important nuggets that will help us control how we think about our finances and make different decisions and form better habits around our money.
Mm.
So, without further ado, we're going to go straight to it. Coach, what do you have for us today?
Well, you guys know in October we started planning. We start putting things in place in November. This month, all December, for the days I'm here, we're gonna talk about your growth. People say, well, when I get there, here's the thing: when you're planning out your business, you want to have
Mm-hmm.
the planning and you want to know the stages, so when you get there, you could not stay there and don't want to move from there. It becomes this happy place, and you get afraid to move. So today we're gonna talk about your duties. We're going to talk about what are your duties, how long will they take daily, and who do you need to hire first. And sometimes people will say to me, well, I don't want to hire anybody. I want to work on my own. I just want this to be a one woman show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, got news for you. It's never a one woman show or a one man show. It appears that way. And one person starts it and one person is very happy to do it and what have you. But we're human, so you're going to be tired out after a while. And so you're going to need people, whether you hire them or you subcontract them. If you want to grow in business, because we're talking to business people on this channel who want to grow their businesses,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have to look after that. And you have to think about if you're feeling sick, if you need to take holidays, which you should. Who's going to be doing this work when you're not there? Who's going to fill
Mm-hmm.
in and get you going? You have to know these sort of things. It don't mean you have to write them high right away, but you need to know them because when you do, it really helps you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to know how your chain is going to work, whether you're a one-man show and you just need assistance, or you definitely want to grow the company into employee status. Little tiny,
Mm-hmm.
tiny tale, and this is of modern day. Never mind my older stories. In my group, this lady was saying she clean all the time. She never want to hire anybody. And when the pandemic hit, she said, my naive thinking made me nearly lose my business, my home, and everything. I couldn't clean. I got sick. Her husband got sick. Her daughter that helps her got sick. Everybody was
Mm-hmm.
down. And she had these people who, although some of them was going to hold off, the people who needed her to keep their place sanitized and clean, some went to other people and some people just stopped
Mm-hmm.
the service. And she said, had I had people to send, even for a week or 2 weeks when I couldn't make it, I could still, my business would still be flowing. She says, I literally couldn't take the whole time off. She said, I literally had to ask the people to leave, bandage up myself, go in, and when I done, sanitize the house and come back out to keep going because this was her only source of income. And she wasn't one to save or invest in those sort of things. She said she just didn't know how. But she
Mm-hmm.
said the pandemic forced her to start thinking about these things. And yes,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard if you're not charging enough so you can have an assistant. It's hard enough when you're just thinking about yourself and how you're going to make a lot of money. You got to think beyond that because when you start thinking beyond that, and here's the thing about thinking beyond that, anytime you decide that you're going to be in service, because that's what your business is, product or service based, you're in service to others.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to help people, you're going to help people. And you got to think about not only the people who are going to pay you money, but the people you paying money to, which is your employees. Matter of fact, quick math. Let's take the cleaning business, for example. If you hire 6 people and you just take $10, I remember teaching this to a client of mine. You took $10 from each person per hour. You would make $60 an hour from the 6 employees. So 60 by 8, I'm going to quick math. 8 out of 8, 6 is 40. That's $480. That work you have created before, you've set up the pace, you've trained them, and now You can make $480 every day because you hire 6 people and train them well.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you'd make. And that's like the bare minimum. I'm going like bare bones here, guys. I could give you all kind of different scenario how this makes more sense. Okay. But if you're afraid of it, then you hire somebody who would be in charge of them. And let's get right into talking about that. Even though I talk about your duties, let's first talk about who do you hire first? Who do you
Mm-hmm.
hire first when you have a business? And let me tell you who you hire first if you don't know. Your right hand person, the person who's going to take over your duties. That's the person you want to hire first. You want to hire them, you want to train them well because they're going to help you train the others. They're going to be in charge of the others. They can
Mm-hmm.
help things run smoothly. Case in point, another girl on YouTube, she does stickers. And she said she's doing it all alone. Her husband would help here and there. And her husband said to her, "You better got laid off. Why don't you just hire him?" Now he coming from a corporation, a big corporation. She's thinking, I can't afford to pay him. There's no way he's going to work for me. She talked to him and he says, I'll come and give it a try to see what you need done. And she
Mm-hmm.
said, in the space of 3 weeks, he came in, he took notes, he took the training, he went away and he said, sis, I can help you make this better. I can help you systemize it better. And if
Mm-hmm.
you're willing to pay me, I know you can't pay as much as I made before, even less. But if you allow me to be able to change the hours a little bit, I'm willing to stay with you for as long as you need me. And she said she husband went home and they talk about it. And here was the kicker. He saw an opportunity to spend more time with his children because when he was in cooperation, he could hardly come home and have time. So
Mm-hmm.
he and his wife talked about it. If he worked with his sister, he's going to have the flex time for when the kids are in school and need something to be done or go on a trip. He's going to be able to see his kids after school in the morning, something he loves and adores doing with his girls. He loves giving them breakfast. He loves spending time with them. He loves reading to them and talking with them. And she said that he told her in the space of 6 weeks, it's like a 365 with his wife and his kids, how they're communicating better. They're having him around. They're so joyous. And she said, he said to me, if this isn't God, I don't know what is. This is the perfect time and the perfect
Wow.
place. So don't underestimate somebody coming to work for you for less if you're going to give them the dignity, the opportunity to shine, to showcase their skills and talent, and treat them respectfully, even if they're related to you or they're friends of yours. Show them that you care for them as an employer situation. And then when you're not there, you can giggy at the back. But people who really want a job and want to see things do right, they don't want you to do them no favors. The people who want that didn't come to work for you. They come to he. The people who come to work for you, when you know them, and I can say this, I have friends that I have hired. And I know other friends said to me, Caren, you sure you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, because she was good at what she did. We could have a
Mm-hmm.
conversation. And when she works for me, she understood I was the boss. And our friendship was when work was finished. Our friendship was on the weekend. It's not because we can't chat, but she had that respect for me. And those are the people you'd want to hire if you're going to hire friends, or family. You got to sit them down though. You are the boss. You really got to behave like the boss. Then you got to say, hey, I know you used to make, I don't know, let's say $25 an hour, but I can only afford to pay you 15 or 16, whatever that number is. And you say, but here's the perks that you're going to get off of me, and I'm going to treat you really well because when the business shine, I'm going to make sure you shine too. Here are the ideas I have for you, and I'm going to implement it as the business grows. Good people stick it out with you. People who
Mm-hmm.
want more and fight you down, they didn't come in for the long haul. They didn't come in to help. So you got to know. You got to be picky. You got to know. But this is possible. I've done it. The girl was talking about it. I know other people who do it. But you can't go into this hiring if it was family or friends and saying, well, you're my friend. I'm going to try to give you a little something. No, there got to be a number. They got to know they're going to get it. And you have to also make sure you're going to pay it. Don't lie to them. Don't try to tell them next week. Don't tell them at the end of the month. If you say it's monthly, pay them when the month reach. If it's weekly, pay them at the end of the week. Don't have them feeling like they have to ask you, because if you hired a stranger, you would have paid them. So treat them the same way. I think that was my benefits. Like when I paid out the week on the weekly, I was doing it, but when I paid out on the weekly, I had the money ready. So Friday morning, the two girls didn't have to come to work and get the work done. No, Friday morning, their paycheck is waiting for them. And usually I said,
Mm-hmm.
I hold it till the end of the day because I don't want to have it on me. But it's there, and give them this confidence knowing that at the end of Friday, they don't have to worry if they're gonna get paid. So they felt good, and that had earned me. That led them to bring me to recommend two good people. So at that point, I had like four employees because they recommend two people who is like, she pays good, she cares about us, she does a good job as an employee. This
Yes.
is a good place to work, and that's what people want to know. People want to know you care about them. Okay, so
Mm.
who are you gonna hire first? Hire somebody that could replace you. They're gonna start knowing a little more than you. Don't be feel threatened. You're doing your job. You're overseeing them. When you build in a company, you build it so that you can get somebody to come in and do your work. That don't mean you don't work, but eventually move all those big responsibility out of your way. She in turn will get
Mm-hmm.
an assistant at some point who again will get more people under her. People don't mind. They understand you're the boss if you let them know your boss. You're the boss. So let's jump right back to the top, right? Or do you have any questions to me, Terry? Right, chin along.
No, I think this is fascinating to me. I love the math that you were talking about. How even if you gained $10 from every employee, that eventually that is big money.
Mhm. It adds up. It adds up. People who don't like math or doing calculators quickly when I'm in groups and they're talking, I'll do a quick calculation. I'm like, this is why this is profitable. This is why this is doable. This is why you don't need to be afraid. And this is why you have to understand. Also, if you're gonna hire people, other than the initial hire that I was just going over, you're going to hire a lot of people. Don't be worried about that. People's going to leave, someone's going to stay, someone's going to go. Some people are going to stay with you for a year or two, some people are going to stay with you for 6 months. You have to
Mm-hmm.
understand that they're not obligated to stay with you no matter how great you are as an employee and as an employer, and people's situation change. They're not doing this to spite you. You got to really see the business for what it is. Maybe, excuse me, things happen in their lives and they can't be doing that anymore, and it's okay. Our job as business owners is to keep hiring or have the idea of how many people we need to hire per year and think about doubling
Mm-hmm.
that number. Even if you know, honestly, you only want 6 people, you need to think about hiring 12 people. People who want to be on call, people who want to work casually for you, people who want to work on certain assignments for you. The big companies does it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They call you up when they call you up. Agency does this all the time. They hire a bunch of people and then they send them out to work when need be. If those people are not available, they find another batch of people and they send them out. So they're always hiring. And you really have to think about, I go back to the little dribbles. There's nothing that add up quickly like little monies. Everybody talk about big money because everybody get excited about it. But it's that little bit
Mm-hmm.
of money that adds up into the big money that we talk about all the time. It really is that little bit of money. You want to be a millionaire? Remember a time I had that little group where I talk about happy millionaire? You want to be a millionaire? It feels like this big number. And I said that I look back, it was 2017 when I started telling people they can be a millionaire and it's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is 5 years into it. Could you imagine if you'd done anything that those things I talked about and you'd given yourself 3 to 5 years, you would have been the millionaire because all you had to
Mm-hmm.
do was spend a few hours doing these things. And the things that people don't want to do is those things that they have to do. Examine yourself and see who you are and how you fight against receiving money, because so many people do it, will argue with me. Fight against receiving money,
Mm-hmm.
even though you say you want money, you want to leave an inheritance, but you fight against it so viciously, you don't even understand that you're doing it. And so this is what I want to do, and this is how I can do it. I remember one year I sat with myself and I showed my husband how much money we saved because I cut bread, wash, and treat everybody here in the house because I could. I sewed everybody clothes because I could. I cook all our meals, made all our snacks because I could. I'm not saying everybody got
Mm-hmm.
to do that, but I am telling you the amount of money when we looked at it, how much we would have spent for back to school. We got 3 kids. How much we would have spent to put lunch in their lunch kit, had we bought everything, not like we don't buy, we buy and bulk, but the things that I prepare ease our pockets. The things
Mm-hmm.
that I am self-sufficiently can do has saved my family lots of money. And still we get to live a good life. Still we get to do things. We're not hiding away in the house. We still get to do things because we plan, well, I plan for it. And because that was my strong suit, right? So I was working in my geniuses. I plan for it. I know we can take a vacation because I decide how much it's going to cost us for the year to plan for it. And then I just plan for it. So anything you want to do, you can do it. You're just going to have to plan for it. So if you want
Mm-hmm.
employees, you plan for it. So we gone back to the top. What are your duties? You need to know them. You need to understand when you come in the morning to your office, what happens? Do you check emails right away? And does emails flatten you out and make you feel like I can't do anything? Then stop doing that. If you're a content creator, do you do in batches? Is Mondays where you research? Then do the research. Like for me on Mondays is coaching day. Mondays and Fridays are coaching days.
Mm-hmm.
So I coach, then I do the work behind the scenes for my client. Then I'm researching topic for my blog. I'm writing because I'm always writing. I am researching
Uh-huh.
things that make sense for my content. And then I got my Tuesday and Wednesday, what happens. Thursday is a more relaxed day. Like everything is categorized every day on what to do. It's on an Excel spreadsheet. And as I said before, right away it's not going to bring you money. So you might feel, and entrepreneurs feel this way, it's a waste of time. Let me go do something else. But I promise you, this work that you need to understand that you got to do, you're not tormented and pull away to do something else. Because if today's your coaching day, and you only need 4 hours, an hour to coach or 2 hours to coach, but the other 2 hours is to do that work. Over time, you're not going to need 2 hours anymore. You probably can hit it out in an hour, 45 minutes. And now you got an hour to just breathe, read, do something fun for yourself in between. And then you get back to work and do the rest of the stuff that you had for the day. When somebody brings something to your plate that doesn't fit in for your day, don't take it on. Tell them, I am going to check my calendar and see where I can place you. Give yourself 48 hours to 2 weeks to put them on the calendar so that you don't run and shift things around. You're not running behind nothing new and shiny because nothing is new and shiny. It just appears new and shiny. You know what you
Mm-hmm.
got to do. The boring work is going to get you there. Maybe you're making YouTube's videos, you're doing TikToks, maybe you're working off of Facebook. Maybe somebody come and say to you, LinkedIn is better. Do not leave. If you want to write an article for LinkedIn, then pencil it in 2 weeks down the road. So now you can research, see what you want to talk about, and then you add LinkedIn. Why? Because I don't want you to deviate from the work you're doing. So you understand your duties. You understand what it takes for you to run this company. You're getting into what it takes, I'm going to repeat, to run this company, not sell a thing. I used to say to people, and I still say to people who come to me, and it's right there, not there, right here, but not there yet. You're just selling a thing. You're providing a service, but you're not running a company. When you're running a company, you have duties that you come in and you perform daily according to the project that's taking place. And so when you
Mm-hmm.
get your assistant in now, you can first have her check your emails and you should have them categorized. I used to have my son when he was assisting me. My kids have assisted me in different capacity, like so they can come in and actually do it. So here are my emails that I want to go. This is for that. This is for that. This is for that. And I've given them these space where they can make some decisions for me and things that they're not sure about. They can send them over to me and I'll have a look and say, okay, yeah, that can go, that can stay. We'll store it later. We'll move it to. So on my email, I categorize where things get moved to and I give them a heading. So I know where they get moved to so they can move it. And then I will go look at the moved ones and
Uh-huh.
see what needs, responding right away. So that might be something they can do. They might be setting up your content. They might be looking after your social media. What's the goal of the social media? Like, are you trying to meet a certain amount of followers? Or are you looking after lead magnets? Like, what are you doing right now? And when you know what you're doing, then those are your duties for maybe the first quarter, as we talked about, maybe the first, 2 quarters. So you know your duties when you come in. So you're not saying, I can't believe I didn't make $5,000 a month. Well, what did you do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what you was to do to make 5,000, or you just think you're just gonna get $5,000? Like, what did you do? Did you set up a funnel? Do you know what happened after they receive your welcome? Like, what's your welcome series? Like, how are you talking with your clients? This is
Mm-hmm.
your money maker. You got to sell and market. I don't care what else you do. You got to sell and market. You got to sell and market. That is your biggest duties in your business, and all the other
Mm-hmm.
things come with it. But that's big because you got to bring in money. Because when you bring in the money, you don't want to scoot out and go get a job or do a new thing or do a new thing or find another new thing. All in entrepreneurs, we like to find a new thing. We got to settle it down. The other big part is you got to know how long it takes you. You got to pay attention to time. I promise you, anybody who bring you into work in any real good capacity in any job knows how long something takes. And if they don't, they're gonna hire somebody to figure it out. They need
Mm-hmm.
to be profitable. I used to just wash dishes. I talk about that all the time. And my super we didn't I didn't have a work order. And my supervisor just got the job. And she told me straight up, she's like, I just got the job. um, but and we had a good relationship, she says, and I really want to keep the job, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I asking her about some things. She says, Karen, would you write out what you do? I said, you know what? I'm going to write you a work order. I'm going to write you exactly. So when
A
I'm not
job
here,
description.
job
We would
description.
call it a job description. Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, you guys would
Okay.
call it that. She called it a work order. And I said, okay, I'll document when I come in what I do. Because I'm glad she brought it up because I said, truth be told, I want to get out to school. So this is perfect. And we got to it. I wrote it out. I told her what's going to happen, and I was able to go in there and say, "Hey, I want to go to school. Here are the hours I want to work. Here's how I'm going to make it work. Here's how I'm going to be able to do 40 hours and still go to school full time." And she said, "You going to do that? How?" I went home. I took the weekend. I sat myself down. I moved them. I move, and I found a way to get my 40 hours of work and go to school full time. I don't know if I recommend it to anybody, but I did it. I got up 4 o'clock in the
It
morning.
is just amazing the things that we have done over a lifetime. We don't have any idea how we fit that many tasks into
And
those many hours, but we did it, and had the nerve to be commuting around to get
girl,
to.
yes,
I often look back. I don't know how I did it.
yes. She told me one day I came in and she says, Karen, I don't know how you still standing.
Exactly.
I don't
I'm
know how
just
you're still
in
standing. And
awe.
I got to school finished at 1, and I got in at 2. And I was going to work from 2, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 o'clock. My shift ends, but I usually end up there till 9 because I am looking at the hours. How I gonna make all the hours work? And
Mhm.
the work was there, so I'd get in there for 2 and I'd leave at 9. And I'll do that for 2 days a week, 2 to 3 days a week, and the rest of the days, instead of coming in from 11, I come in from early in the morning. So I start at 7 in the morning and I work all the way to 9, and I get my 40 hours in because her concern was getting the hours in for me. My salary was tiny. She said, Karen, you don't want to not be able to pay it. I was doing double bus fares going back and forth. And then in the evening, and she said to me, how is it working out money wise? And she was good. She was so good to me. I sat her down. I told her what I'm doing. She says, okay, I'm going to help you by getting somebody in to cover your shift when you're not here in the morning. Um, but I'm going to make sure that you stay. If I see that you're going below your 40, I'm going to tell you right away, but I'll keep track.
Uh-huh.
She was really a really good supervisor in, overall. And she just allowed me to do the work. She says, you know what you're doing. I don't have to tell you. This is the beauty. I don't have to come behind you. You know what you're doing. And that's what I want for you guys in business. If you're going to sell a hat, you have to understand how much it costs you to make the hat, how much your labor cost is in there. And then what is it going to take for you to actually sell the hat? It's
Mm.
not good enough to only wear the hat and put it in the store. You have to know what it's going to cost you to sell the hat. Time, marketing, social media, all those sort of beginners things that you got to do to sell the hat. And then how many hats need to be sold per day to
Mm.
make it into a really viable business? How many per week? What is it going to take? What truly it's going to take? And then once you understand that number, this is a number, I don't want it to scare you and think you shouldn't know, because sometimes people are afraid to know it. But the reason you need to know this number is because I promise you, once you get used to it, you can cut the time down little by
Mm.
little. And if you took you And I proved this. I was doing a hat in an hour. It just take me an hour to make a hat, crochet. I'm talking about crochet hat. And it took me half an hour to make a hat on the machine. And then I was able to crochet 2 hats in an hour, and then 3 hats in an hour, because now I am pushing myself to see. Also, I'm checking to see how I feel after I make the hat. Am I tired? Am I exhausted? Am I overdoing myself? These are important things to do, guys. I was literally selling pajamas and I was making a hat for myself. And people passed by and saw the hat and like, oh, this is cool. Can you make me one? And literally pass back and buy a hat off of me. So, Terry, my wheels is turning. I was selling PJs and I was selling, 3 or 4 hats a day.
Mm-hmm.
The college kids were
Yeah.
buying it. They just liked the style of the hat I was making. It was simple, but they just liked it. And so in that situation, I was selling already. So I was able to sell the hat. But if you were doing it from home, and this is you need to know, because then it takes 50 minutes of labor. It
Mm-hmm.
takes maybe one ball of wool or whatever you're using, and then you need a little bit of 5 or 6% in terms of marketing and that sort of thing to push in there so that you can sell the product and it's profitable, right? You got to put those
Okay.
things in there, because remember, we talk about hiring somebody. It doesn't matter what you do, we talk about hiring somebody. If a sticker shop can hire people, a sticker shop can hire people, because I love stickers. So I get it. I'm a sticker queen. Like, I use stickers to reward me for the little
Mm.
things. So I love stickers. I sticker my calendar. It just makes me happy. Okay. I put
Uh-huh.
stickers. A lot of people put stickers on the journals. People who
Yes.
keep budget in their book, they have stickers for that. Stickers for vacation. I used to give my kids stickers for vacation. So there's a little airplane there that is moving us along to when we're gonna go on vacation. The kids used to be ecstatic about it. I used to do stickers for their birthday. The birthday's coming up, so for that month, we're stickering the calendar until their birthday. The kids used to just love it and get them all excited. What am I getting for my birthday? Did you know it's my
Mm-hmm.
birthday, Grandma? Asking their siblings, what are you getting me for my birthday? Did you see the sticker in the calendar? Like, literally, nobody can forget it's the kid birthday, because we're all journeying towards that, right? I've gotten it
Mm-hmm.
through, I used to do some advertisement through flyers for my cleaning company, and I was introduced to these kind of stickers in those days, and it was a joy. I would do it for clients too. I would put in their calendar when their birthdays are coming up, put a sticker there. They're like, did you put a sticker by my birthday? Yes, we did. And they'll be happy because somebody beside the family remember it's their birthday. And then I sent a
Yes.
little bag with some cute little thing inside, maybe pot holders, some towels for the kitchen. I remember I sent this lady a time a little bag I'd made for her. People just feel like you see what the needs are, and so
Mm-hmm.
you ask my girls, I'm like, when you go to clean a kitchen, see if something is missing, see something that, or you hear them say, I'm gonna buy it. And if you see it's not happening, let me know. And we'll put that in a bag. I remember I changed out the lady all her kitchen towels because it was so bad. I bought a fresh set of towels and pot holders. I mean, literally she was in tears when she got the bag of stuff.
There are things that we do that improve business, and one of them is to notice people.
Mhm,
People just
mhm.
want to be recognized.
Just want to be recognized. She said, Karen, you actually took the time to see. She said, I was prominent to get him out. I got sick. This happened. I couldn't do it. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
move. And she said, the mere idea that you saw that it was a need, I was just, I got to tell you, I was
Thrilled.
overwhelmed.
Yeah, we're thrilled by the whole thing. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So it sounds, if you never do it, it feel like, but I tell you, when you talk to your clients and you start getting customers, and if you're really treating them well, you're gonna learn things that you're gonna learn things about them that you can fill those holes, and they'll be so thankful. You're not doing it because they're gonna give you more business. You're just doing it because you saw the need and you do it.
And you
That's why
filled
you're
it.
doing it. It's just that people would pass my house, saw my alteration sign, and send me cleaning clients A lady come and knock on my door. Remember once, and she says, "You still do alteration?" I said, "Yes." We start chatting. She goes, "I got a friend that really need a cleaning company. I saw your car because my car had the sign on it." And she said, "I'm going to give you her information." I don't know what it is. I pass here. You smile at me. You say hi. Every summer I see you. You're such a. I feel this joy when I see you. Simple,
Wow.
just smiling at people, guys. Anyway, we're here.
Okay, well, I want everybody to know that if you're looking to book an appointment with Coach Caren, this is her Calendly information. We're going to also put it in the chat so that you can book an appointment because you may need to talk to her about your business.
Thanks, Terry.
Okay, and you may need some help listing your tasks. Coach Karen can help you with that. Or if there's something else on your mind that you need to know about running a successful business, Coach Karen is here to help us. Coach, you want to thank you so much for coming in all the way from Toronto, Canada. We want to encourage all of you who are listening on the replay or who have been watching live. Remember, you don't have to do it by yourself. It's
No.
okay to make money in your business. So go to
Yes.
the front of your own line. Have a
Yeah.
great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking about happy, healthy habits with Robin Shamiz.
Yeah. You know you need help.
That's right. Friday, we'll be talking tech in English. So come on over, enjoy some easy tech talk that you can understand that will help you run a profitable business that's fun to run. Thank you again, Coach, for all that you
You're
do.
welcome.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow. um,
Bye.
we just want
Don't
to say
forget to
bye.
go to the front of your own line.
There you go. Bye bye.
I love it.